Hello, my friends, and welcome to Searching and Fearless Tarot. Today's message is going to be for Gemini, Pisces, and Virgo. Let's see what astrological energies are going on right now. Please only help me connect to those that have the highest good for all involved. Gemini, Pisces, Virgo, what do they need to know? Second house and the 10th house. Okay. So, a lot of you are changing your beliefs when it comes to what your life is supposed to be or where you're supposed to be taking it. You could be taking a second look at what you value as far as like where you value money, where do you value family, what are you willing to fight for, what are you willing to die for kind of feeling, where you're going. What's important to you, not what's important to all the people around you, but what's important to you more specifically. A lot of you guys could be doing numbing behaviors to try to not feel the trauma that's happened to you previously, or not even really that. It feels like some of you guys are doing numbing behaviors because you are playing it small and you really aren't feeling very victorious in your life right now. You're still manifesting, you still have a positive attitude, but inwardly it's like you're very emotional. You're having to get over these vows of poverty that you've done in past lives, or this poverty mentality, like you can't take care of yourself, or you can't rise higher, you can't be independent, all of these things. A lot of you are learning and coming into your soul family and finding new people that are helping you along your journey. I'm getting the 3 of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the 10 of Cups. So some of you could be coming into collaboration. Some of you could be collaborating with your actual family, and others of you are just meeting your soul family through collaboration, through work, through other opportunities you're putting yourself out there by. So I'm feeling like you're not in a necessarily bad place. It's just that you haven't seen the victory that you've been expecting. Also, I'm hearing that there should be something about expectations and making sure that your expectations are gone. They're talking about expectations, and they're talking about living life without an agenda, living life without expectations, and what that might look like. You know, just going with the flow of things. This is very Piscean, for sure. Okay, a lot of you are finding new opportunities for growth and new opportunities for passion. But I feel like the general message around you, even if you haven't found that hobby or that passion yet, or you haven't actively been working on it or doing it to a degree that makes you feel happy, I feel like that's what your guides have been showing you all around, is to look for a new hobby or to look for something that is an expression of yourself that's going to make you feel ambitious. I also feel like you're being directed in this way for a very specific reason. And wherever you go and whatever you decide to work on. And when I say hobby, okay, I know a lot of people think of like painting or singing or, you know, but hobbies can also be like delving into psychology. It can be writing that book. It can be creating that presentation. It can be going to schools and talking to children about maybe past mistakes that you've made, you know. But either way, this job might also include travel for you as well. Clarify the 8 of Wands. Yeah, the hard work that you're doing is assuring success. This is just taking longer than you thought it would. It's just taking longer than you thought it would. And I feel like really the key is your purpose in life. That passion that you've been looking for, that hobby that you've been trying to get your eye on, is for a very specific reason. Let me clarify. Ace of Wands, Ace of Wands. Yeah, it's like you don't know whether it's like you don't know whether you're going to be successful or not, but keep up with the hard work. Keep up with the hard work, regardless of whether you found this purpose or not. And for a lot of you, I'm getting that you may be feeling lost and directionless right now because you've always insisted most of your life that you don't get any help. You don't want any help from anybody else. You don't want people to help you in any way, shape, or form. But it's that vulnerability that's going to unlock the hobby for you. This isn't about being independent minded and overcoming everything by yourself. This is about being open to change and actually putting yourself out there, even if you don't feel like the best of what you're doing. Because I feel like some of you are like out there singing, or you're just at the beginning of your journeys when it comes to your hobby. And just because you're not feeling the way that you want to feel doesn't mean that you're not going to eventually get there if you keep going. Okay. I'm getting Justice and 2 Kings on either side. King of Pentacles, Justice, and the King of Wands. What's this? Please clarify the King of Pentacles. Please clarify the King of Wands. A lot of you could be waiting for a truth from somebody. You could be emotional. Like, I'm feeling like this is relationship anxiety for some reason. Like you feel like this person has something to say to you, or this person has a secret to reveal to you, or like you feel like something is going on behind your back and you're just not quite sure. Some of you, this could be like cheating. Others of you, this could be anxiety in the relationship, just fears, relationship fears that are going on. But whatever needs to come out will come out eventually. It will come out, and it'll come out when you're ready for it to come out. If you guys are questioning to yourselves why you're manifesting the same relationships over and over again, or why you're finding people that aren't right for you, that are secretive or have power and control dynamics, or don't have the best intentions for you, it's because you're still looking into the past and you're not letting your mind expand. So it's funny because I was doing a gratitude meditation before this video, and when I was doing the gratitude meditation, it's like you're like, okay, I'll be more grateful. That's great. But there's a lot of things that you don't expect when you take the time to go within to yourself, even if it's just for 5 minutes. And I feel like that's what they're asking for you to do. For some of you, there are still things that need to be healed within yourself, that need to be faced. I want to get like what the hell's going on in this relationship though. What's that message? What's going on in that relationship, Spirit? A lot of you guys could be wanting to open up to somebody about a disappointment that happened. Yeah, you could be wanting to open up to somebody about a disappointment that happened. Or somebody could be wanting to open up to you about a disappointment that happened. Whatever relationship this was, because it feels like it was a relationship, I honestly feel like it's walked its course. And for you, like what you're looking for is friendships, and you're looking for it to focus on yourself and to get that stability. The fact that you had to walk away from somebody, the fact that something ended, the fact that someone wasn't 100% honest with you, or they had a lot of power and control dynamics that you weren't even aware of. Whatever was ripped away from you, it had to happen. It had to happen in order for you to find yourself again. These feelings of misalignment, these feelings of I'm never going to find anything that's meant for me, or I'm never going to be able to choose, or it's never going to be stable again, or everything is always going to, I'm always going to feel defeated. This is just a season. This isn't meant for you to feel defeated forever. This is meant to be a challenge, not a defeat. And all of these things are happening so that you can find your own light and your own truth. So you can understand who you truly are and make amends with yourself and the choices that you've made previously. Because I feel like for a lot of you, you've lived your lives for other people. You've lived your lives according to what everyone else says. And that's not what this is about. That's not what this life is about at all. It's not about the expectations that everyone else has for you. It's about how do you want to put yourself out in the world? How do you want to experience this life? Because after all, you're not this person. You're not the trauma that's happened to you. You're not this body even. You're the soul observing what's going on in life. You're the soul observing what's meant for you. But you have to be brave enough to use that voice and to move forward, even if it hurts and even if expectations don't seem ideal. Because you're learning how to initiate every part of yourself, how to come into alignment with yourself, how to take no prisoners, how to conquer the BS and discern what's not good for you in a quick fashion. This is a time for you to make decisions that are going to change the trajectory of all the relationships that you've had in the past. This is a time for you to find what you're passionate about and align with who you are, so that the next relationship you're in, you're not apologizing every other sentence. You're not doing things to try to make this person happy. You're just being yourself. And you're just living life with this other person. You're not depending on them. They're not your be-all, end-all. You know? Some of you are scared to take the journey moving forward. Some of you have the steps right in front of you, and it's like you're not. Some of you have to understand that the relationship that you were in previously, you know, the one that you thought might lead to marriage, or the one that did lead to marriage and didn't end up working out, or maybe the one that you were engaged to, was a relationship based on false premises, because both of you were in a place where you only cared about what other people thought of you and the decisions that you made and how it was going to reflect onto you. And so therefore, when you tried to create a family or a loving relationship, it couldn't work because it was always by someone else's standards. We have to remember that the way that people think and feel, they don't live our daily lives. They don't have to make the decisions that we make. The best way I could say this is like when you have two jobs, and between two jobs, you get two job offers and you're not sure which one you want to take, right? And then you go to your family and you're like, hey, I've got these two job offers, and what's the best option for me, you know? And they suggest the lower one, the one that you're not really passionate about. Maybe you make more money, but you're not that passionate about it. And then there's this other job where it doesn't really make sense, and you don't make as much money as the other job, but you're incredibly passionate about it, and you don't really know what to do, you know? That's when you need to focus on yourself. That's when you need to focus on, it's great to get other perspectives, but it's not great to absorb those perspectives and take them on as your own. It's important that you discern what's right for you, because you never know. If you take that job of the lesser pay and you're more passionate about it, maybe you're going to move up a lot faster. Maybe you're going to meet someone who sees that passion in your eyes and wants to hire you for a different company. You never know where your story is going to lead, and there's a reason why you're passionate about that job. There's a reason why you're meant to have the experiences that job entails. even if it doesn't sound right from the outside to everybody else. It's something in you, right? That's what Spirit's trying to tell you right now. What's the advice? What's the advice? What's the advice? Let other people give to you. Let other people help you. Talk to other people. And trust me when I say I've got Virgo rising in Pisces North Node. It's incredibly difficult for me to do that. It's really hard for me to do that. I've had best friends since I was 8 years old, and I'm just starting to tell them the nitty-gritty details of my life and why certain things happened, and they didn't really get a good explanation. Like when I was an alcoholic and I was in the hospital for pancreatitis, I didn't tell anybody. The only people that knew were my parents, and that's only because they had to know. But I mean, realistically, I was having seizures and audio hallucinations and on the brink of death, you know, and none of my friends knew, you know. So it's important for you to open up about those experiences. It's important for you to open up about that life and why it was hard for you to open up, why it was hard for you to tell other people your burdens and be vulnerable. It's time for you to accept help and understand what that's like, because it's going to bring you a lot of clarity. It's going to bring you a lot of clarity. And I think for a lot of you, the feeling that you either had to leave this relationship or someone left you abruptly, it was because one person outgrew the other. And that's not a bad thing. It's not bad. It's not good. It doesn't mean that the other person is better. It just means that the other person was willing to grow and one wasn't. And that's why it wasn't successful. And that's okay that happens. That it's time to move forward and be brave enough to ask for what you really do want. You know, it's funny because I was watching a TikTok yesterday and they were talking about power dynamics, and oh my God, I felt like such a piece of shit when I actually thought about this. I'm not a piece of shit. I know I'm not a piece of shit, but it was definitely like a moment for me. They were saying that when you keep people in your life, or when you're able to forgive other people so easily, or keep people in your life forever, and maybe even people that you don't like very much or aren't your preference, it's a power dynamic. It's a power dynamic because some of you are too afraid to open your heart to the people who you truly will love, and to have those heartbreaking experiences that you had that made you cold in the first place. Open up your heart. I promise you will be surprised. Promise. It's time for you to experience that. It's time for you to experience vulnerability. It's time for you to be with people that you truly love and can see yourself grow with. And not just because they give you attention or they look at you, because you prefer them, because you want them in your heart of hearts. That's what's going to help you succeed the most, is having people who are on your team and are going to be there for you and have good intentions for you, not just have their own agendas. I hope this made sense. I hope this made sense. Okay, Gemini, Pisces, Virgo. Gemini, Pisces, Virgo. What do they need to know at this time? Gemini, Pisces, Virgo. Gemini, Pisces, Virgo. Gemini, Treasure Island in reverse. And it's number 9. Gemini, poverty consciousness and a sense of not enough cast a shadow on your path. These ideas and core beliefs come with a high cost. Do you really want to proclaim yourself a victim of disappointment and failed expectations? Are you avoiding success because you will grow so tall that others will want to cut you down? Or is it possible that you're caught in fear and that you will lose what you have acquired, so you hold on so tight that you miss the opportunity to expand? You are challenged to change the way you see the world and move from a perception of limitations to a perception of abundance. Take a risk, for you have nothing to lose except your confinement in a prison of your own making. Open the door and find the abundance waiting for you to claim it. Pisces, chop wood, 42 reversed. Pisces, are you an armchair astronaut? Do you dream of wealth, fame, and big ideas, inventions, or desires with a capital D? The appearance of this card is a sign that you might be devoting far too much time to dreaming and talking about your dreams. You have to get out of the chair and make things happen. You actually have to do something. Start with a small task. Remember, the big dream becomes reality only after you have begun to take incremental steps. Mythologist Joseph Campbell once said, "Take one step towards the gods and they will take 10 steps towards you." And Virgo, Yang, reversed. Okay, Virgo, be mindful of the tendency towards impulsive action, overconfidence, and aggressive behavior. Think before you act, lest you find yourself in a situation that will lead to uncomfortable consequences. Be sure you really want what you're chasing after, because you might be sorry when you get it. The appearance of this card isn't cause for fear, for life is all about learning lessons. Practice temperance, diplomacy, and thoughtful consideration before making a move. Okay, guys, your song will be at the bottom. Thank you for all the likes, shares, subscribes. I love you. Until next time. Bye.